Hey everyone, this is Warvok. It's been a little while, been a little busy recently. See if I can put out a little more videos more frequently going forward for a while. We'll see how that works out. I'll give it a shot, but still a little busy with multiple different things going on in life. But I want to kind of catch up. I picked up this book, Unbelievable Gwenpool, a while back in the comic store and just had time to read it today. I want to give it a quick review while it's still fresh on my memory. Took a jog early this afternoon, just got out of the shower waiting for the mirror to defog so I can go finish making myself presentable. So perfect time for a quick video. So basically, I was in the store and I was picking up a bunch of other comics, and it was just a bunch of serious, dour stuff. And I saw Gwenpool. I've heard some good things about it. I understand this to be the last issue, but it's Lost in the Plot Part 1. Interesting. I just now noticed that. But so I thought I'll pick this up. This looks happy. This looks fun. It might be bad. It might be SJW, but it looks at least looks colorful and fun. At worst case scenario, I can roast it. Best case scenario, it'll be a good break from all that darkness and dourness of whatever other books I was picking up that day. So and then I didn't end up reading it then, and I'm reading it now. So it's not really a palate cleanse anymore. It's just a book to me now. But nice cover here. Just really eye-catching. Gwenpool, really colorful, really cute. The Leaper here, and what are they doing together? I don't know. We'll find out. But again, this is my first Gwenpool book, and I believe it's the last book. So again, that's one of the reasons I picked it up. So we'll jump right in. We got Gwenpool. She's got some. She's got pink text bubbles. That's kind of cute, and she's just giving a recap of what's going on. Kind of interesting stuff. We'll jump right into apparently the Leaper is getting ready for a heist, and you show over here he's got some. Of course, he's got this mustache twirling thing, and he's got actual mustache oil, gel, mousse, whatever it is you put in mustaches, or preferably don't put in mustaches. That's goofy, but he does. So he's gonna take a flying leap. And we cut to this nice setup here actually on the previous page. It's a flying casino apparently. Pseudo illegal criminal thing. He's going to jump in and try to give a heist. And I got these two guys confused for a minute because you got this guy and then you got this guy, and they look kind of similar, but the mustache is shorter. It's a different outfit. So I don't know who he is. But he's telling the passengers, don't worry. He's actually saying, do you want to take bets on whether or not we'll get robbed? Because there's already some thieves on their way in. And but they get zapped because of the security he's really proud of. So he's saying, don't bet against my security. And I just want to point out, I really love the art style in this book. It's really cool, really cute, really clean. And one of the things I really like is like the simplification that you get for characters who are drawn small. It's just something I've always liked in a person's style. You see them draw small characters that are far away. They don't have the ability to draw them in full detail. And I just think it turns out the simplification turns out looking really cool. And this art looks really cool here. This artist, I should actually check who's doing the art for this. Gurihiru. Okay. I'm assuming that's an Asian name, so maybe that's a little bit why there's maybe some Asian influence in this. But again, I like that. You see the simplification here in these phases. I just think it looks cool. But the Leaper, he jumps on. These guys say, hey, if you don't have tickets, you're going to get thrown off. And Gwenpool shows up and she's got, hey, I've got your tickets, Dad. She's undercover pretending he's her dad. And her superpower, she's like Deadpool. She knows she's in a comic book, but she can actually go and grab things out of panels and move between panels, which is kind of a cool idea. So she's actually stealing this woman's tickets. I don't like this part so much since she doesn't have the tickets because Gwenpool stole them. Now this woman and this man are getting throwned to get thrown off the the flying blimp circus thing. What do you call it? Anyway, that place you go to get your money taken away, where you gamble. Casino, that's what it is. So she's getting threatened to throw out the casino because she doesn't have tickets now. So Gwenpool maybe has a double homicide on her hands now for murdering this couple, basically getting them thrown off. I don't know. Maybe they're okay, but I don't like this left hanging there. It's Gwenpool's kind of playing the villain in this book, but I don't want her actually responsible for two people's deaths. And this is kind of callously handled as a joke, but I don't think it's funny. And again, I'm maybe a little more sensitive than a lot of readers. So Gwenpool and the Leaper have this conversation about just a joke back and forth about her calling him dad, and she makes jokes about how much older he is than her. It's cute. But they make their way to the vault, and the Leaper says, okay, I need you to break it open. And Gwenpool says, I can't. My superpowers are meta powers. Like, I understand that things are comic books. I can go between panels, but I can't go somewhere I haven't seen before. And I don't have super strength. So he says, how about this? How about you hold the sound effects as I kick open the door so no one can hear them? So that was clever. I also like the Leaper's attitude. He tells Gwenpool that he says, you see things as if they were a comic book, which I really like. Just that subtle detail that people know that her powers, they know what her powers are, but they don't accept, like she does, that the world actually is a comic book. They believe that she sees things as if they were a comic book, but they of course don't accept that it actually is. I just like, just not to make a fine point on that, but just that slight angle on things gives it a lot of believability. So they go in and they find out it's all gold bars. They can't carry gold bars off. So Gwenpool says, let's throw all these things in a bag and I'll just throw them off panel. And that's got Leaper kind of confused. But this guy stops him, the casino guy. But he gets a bag of money to the back of the head. These two escape. Again, I really like the art here. So the Leaper, he said he's been timing everything perfectly so that when they escaped, now is the exact time to escape, where the building that they need to jump to for safety is just within the right distance for them to leap to. And look at that. I like that perspective. I don't know if this is a 3D model or if this is drawn, but it looks good either way. I don't really care. So they land. He gets a bag of gold to the face, and they're back at their hideout talking about the heist. And the Leaper explains that the people they stole from were criminals. And so Gwenpool, apparently she's been trying to be a villain because she knows she lives in a comic book. She thinks that she's destined to be a supervillain, but she doesn't want to be a supervillain. She wants to be a hero. But if she's a hero, she's afraid, or she's pretty certain her comic book is going to be canceled, which is kind of an interesting way. This book was being canceled, and that's an interesting, non-forceful way of kind of implementing that into the story. I don't feel like this was self-congratulating or trying to guilt the fans into getting the comic book canceled or for getting the comic book canceled. It's just an interesting, putting that as a part of the story was interesting. So she's trying to be a villain in order to maybe continue to be relevant and have her book not be canceled, but she can't even be a good villain because the people she's robbing are already villains. So she says it's more of a Robin Hood thing, which, I mean, stealing from the poor, stealing from the rich to give to yourself isn't really Robin Hood. Robin Hood stole from the oppressive government and gave back to the people, but that's a different story. But she's stealing from the villain, so she feels she's a failure as a villain, and she's also not done that great a job as a hero, so she's just afraid of, her book being canceled, what's going to happen. And again, I like that simplified art. It's just something about it I really like. And the leaper tells her, you know, I did this for you, basically. You can keep all the money, and you can use that to continue to take jobs on a pro bono basis, like you like to do, and continue to be a hero. And this gets Gwen kind of sad because she knows her book is getting canceled, and she knows that the Leaper isn't going to continue to be written as this affable guy in other books. He'll return to being a joke character. Her other friends that she's made in the comic book, they're not going to they're not going to continue to be written this way either after the book is canceled, and she's sad about that. Um, she's kind of moping, and you can really see the emotion in this. And this is, look at that, look how pretty she is, but at the same time, it makes you want to cry with her almost. I, of course, am too manly to cry under most occasions, but she's turning the corner and she hears a voice that says, "Excuse me," and it's apparently future Gwenpool, and she says, "Who said anything about being done?" And it's to be, who knows? We'll find out. So this is, I love this. This is a great book. I know there's been some controversy with milkshakes and Heather Antos and Gwenpool being visually based off of Heather Antos, but this is good writing. This is good art. This is the good stuff. I want to go and this is the first book I've read in the series, so I hope the rest of them are like this. Just this fun and this sympathetic and this earnest. Uh, but I don't know. I didn't have time to read the letters pages. I don't know who's writing. I assume this isn't. Okay, so Ash. No. So it's the editor. Is Heather Antos? They're writing it to Gwen? Is Heather Antos the one answering these letters? I don't know. I'll have to go read them sometime. But wait, is there another issue? February 28, 2018. Next issue. Okay, maybe this isn't the last issue? I don't know. I gotta go find out. I'll let you guys know what I find out. But this is good. If you see it on a comic shelf, I recommend it. Go read it for yourself. I actually want to go pick up the trades now. Marvel keeps saying that stuff can be uncanceled based on trade sales. And I want to help out if I can, because this is a good book. Say what you will about SJW stuff and forced stories and stuff. I don't think this is one of those. And I wouldn't mind seeing more of this, so... Let me guys know what you think. Have you read more Gwenpool than I have? Is the rest of it this good? Do I need to go back and read more of it? Let me know what you think. Would you like to see Gwenpool return, or is she just another one of those forced diversity female characters that people complain about? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Feel free to check out some of my other videos if you like this one for some reason, and if for some reason you like hearing my stupid opinions about comic books, feel free to subscribe as well. The more subscribers I get, the more motivated I'll be to, of course, make more videos. But maybe I can work up the motivation even with practically no one watching them. We'll see how things go. But for those of you here who are here, thanks a lot, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.